Okay, testing. Um, yeah, kind of have a lag behind it, but I think we're good. I think we could start. Let me just pop this out. Ah. Um, hello. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another London session here at TrinFx. So hopefully my mic is okay. Hopefully I'm being heard clearly. I actually stayed up all day, so yeah, I actually fell asleep like during the course of yesterday evening, so that messed up my whole sleeping schedule, and I've been up since then till now. Because I know if I went to sleep, I just wouldn't get up. I wouldn't be able to get up to host this live session right now. Um, but yeah, thank you guys for joining in. We're just gonna get straight into it. A setup we could possibly get. And you guessed it, GJ watching the pound yen currently. All right, so thank you guys for coming in. Looking into it, right? Coming to the pound yen, and the yen currency pairs on a whole, we saw a very bullish push in favor of the yen, right? We saw the yen really rally to the downside. If we take a look here at the daily, just using for example case ADJPY, we had some fundamental factors for the Aussie dollar. We saw negative numbers coming out. I just scroll up here for this week. We can see we had some negative numbers, right? Some very heavy negative numbers compared to what the consensus was. For here, for unemployment actually went up a little bit, same as the previous, but the consensus was that we'll see it go down, but it remained the same. And as well as in the employment change, right, we was expecting it to go down. However, it was even more drastically more so, right? So it was even more drastically declined, right? So the amount of people becoming employed, just really bad numbers. You can see here it's in the negative right now. So with that being said, we saw that AD really push further downwards, right? I believe it was on this candle here we saw price push down, and then we kind of continue with that push movement. So right now this is one of the trades that we took during that time when price came in right around here, right? So if anybody took this trade from within the VIP group, if you're watching this right now and you're holding it, I would suggest exiting it at this point. Take your profits. Coming closer to the London session open, right? As we take a look at the AD, how it rallied to the downside, I would say that there's possible opportunities to see it actually continue even further back upwards, right? So to correct this entire move. Now, yes, numbers have come out bad for the AD, but still, we have to note where the USD is at as well. So in terms of the fundamental factors, I would say the USD weakness kind of outweighs that of the Aussie dollar. So even though we have pushed down here, I do expect price to start coming back upwards, right? So with that being said, I think right around here is where I'll take an entry for that possible movement back upwards. So this is like one point of entry that I do have on a trade idea here, for price to push back upwards. So once price does peak above this area, we start moving bullishly from there. I do think at that point you could get into a potential trade, hold it, and ride it all the way back to this upside. Because if we take a look at the daily time frame, where we're coming into some area of support. Looking here at the 4 hour, you can see this bullish trend really going nicely, right? So if we are trading with the trend, this will be the trend to the upside. So on the 1 hour here, it's just looking for areas where price could kind of come into to see that play out actually happen. And this is just one area where I think I will be comfortable enough to actually take the trade at that point to see price continue rallying to the upside. So yeah, this is a possible trade idea. You can note it, but I'll take a screenshot or something like that and just see. We'll see whether it plays out or not. Alright, so thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, and hopefully I'm being heard nicely, right? Hopefully I'm being heard clearly. Alright, so taking a look at JPY. Possible ideas. I am looking for a buy on this. Let me just volume one. That's what I'm listening to. It's kind of making me feel tired, not gonna lie. JPY, I'm looking for buy positions on this, right? As of all the yen pairs right now, with the yen strength being the predominant like main mover in the markets this week, right? That the yen cross pairs have been really moving pretty nicely. As you come here into this area, I'm looking for key supportive areas where price could start reacting to continue that swing back to the upside. So taking a look at the daily, I will just actually come down to the lower time, to the higher time frames and work ourselves lower, right? So we have some levels here to pay attention to. Daily, we saw price coming to this area, not once but twice, and reject from it. All right, so that shows you that this area holds some key importance, right? And we have this sort of rejection from the upside here. We could argue that, okay, on the higher time frame, price is currently ranging until we see a break either above or lower. Then we can't be too sure of where price is going to head into in long term, right? Long term wise, I do think that the yen does have some room to continue pushing. However, before that, we should see a good pullback, right? So basically, look at the bank on the pullback move itself. All right, so let me just zoom in this here. All right, so here the 4 hour and in 1 hour, you can see that price gradually moved up. Right, we kind of got a break lower here. So the thing that I'll be looking at to get into those possible buys is if whether price is able to continue with this push here from this sort of supportive level from the first initial bullish move here we had on the GBP and the other cross pairs, the other yen cross pairs, right? Whether price could find support right here and continue higher, or if it's gonna dip, right? Obviously, if it starts dipping, then at that point we'll look to take sells. But right now I do think that this is a kind of a situation where you could get yourself in some buy setups, right? So entering early, I would say this has the potential to actually play out here, right? It's more of a broader stop loss, right? And the take profit itself is pretty small compared to what we would usually do. But this seems like the safest thing to do here. If you want to be a little bit more riskier and you have the risk tolerance for it, then if we go to the lower time frame, we can see more clearly what price is doing and areas we could possibly put our stop loss and such into place, right? So this here seems reasonable as well. Let me just pull this down a little bit. Yeah, so this seems reasonable as well as a possible situation where you could actually enter long and see price continue moving upwards. Alright, so at this point, taking in buys. So this will be a market execution. Stop loss amount here will be around 23 pips. And yeah, that would be the trade idea here. So looking to see if we could get a continuation, right? Obviously, as always, we give price two chances. If it stops us out on the first try, then we'll give it another try for it to continue doing the same thing. But yeah, market execution right around this area here. Looking at your lower time frame, which is the 30-minute and the 1 hour, we're looking with 1 hour, we could possibly see price reject from this zone and pull lower. If it does that at that point, I would just put my buy stops a little higher here, because once we do peak through the zone, we should see that continuation move upwards, right? Looking here, the smaller time frame here, the 30-minute, same thing here, right? So what we're worried about is seeing price actually push past these resistance zone, right? If we could get that, and then we should see a continuation move upwards. Yeah, and this will be the trade. So we'll see what it does. I do think that the yen does have some room to, show some reversals. So we'll see how that pans out. Huh. All right. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask as always. And yeah, but I'm probably gonna call it early on this, right? Just gaming on here to get you guys a possible trade set up, because I haven't slept in a while, so need that rest. Yeah, but for now, this is it, right? Crap, I moved it by mistake. All right, so yeah, this is it. And basically what we want to see is price continue from this zone. All right, if we get a bullish candle push above here, then that's great. More so, we're gonna see that opportunity for price to continue moving higher. If it does fail to do that, then you can either just put your buy stops. As I always say, we give it two chances. You can put your buy stops, looking for price to this thing, or you could just stay orderly, leave it, just take the slight L and call it a day. All right, no need to rush coming to the market close, because today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, so yeah, volume might dip a little bit for a little bit. Yeah, I think that is really it. And obviously here, this 80 USD trade, possible trade setup could actually play out, but again, you don't have to put any unnecessary risk on your account when it comes to when you're trading, right? Don't over risk at all. So if you know that you're in drawdown or anything for the week, then please practice some restraint from every setup that you see. You want to enter it, just take the quality setups that come and try to sort of not manipulate it, but use the different things that comes into play for your benefit, especially when it comes to your price action analysis and so forth, right? Such as look at that GP, JPY, and sell at the other yen pairs, just because we come into the London session. Give yourself a slight edge. Nothing too big, nothing revolutionary or anything like that. But you give yourself a slight edge by doing these things at these certain times, looking at these certain pairs, so forth, so forth. Right? So yeah, you don't have to take this. We could just watch it and see what happens. And yeah, we just stay in the GP JPY trade. Right, so it pulling back a little bit. Right, so we're pulling back pretty significantly here. And if we get stopped out, just put a buy stop and let price do its thing. Oh. I don't think anybody have any questions for me, right? So this is it. This is it. I would check back around like 9 o'clock or something. So in the morning, just because I don't have the energy right now, guys. But yeah, we'll see what this does. Whether we get stopped out or the price continues doing whatever it does, and I'll redo a next stream looking at everything after the news that we have coming up and some of the price action data, right? Because price action is still very screwed, screwed by all the different fundamental factors that we had coming out, such as the AD fundamentals as well as the euro fundamentals and so forth really affect the price movement. So we're gonna take it slow, all right? Yeah, I need to get that sleep. It had to tell me twice. But yeah, I think that's about it, right? Because we don't really have much going on, just some continuation plays, probably. But yeah, all the moves happened already, and markets just like the dust settling right now. So after that dust has finished settled, we'll see what other possibilities we could get, if any. And yeah, that's like the overall view of what's going on your charts right now, right? So yeah. Alright, guys. So thank you for joining. This was a quick one. We'll see how it works out. If it plays out good, then we have something to brag about. If not, we just stay quiet and move on to the next one. Yeah. So thank you guys. Peace.